You know, I was at a friend's giving like a few weeks back, and I was talking to a lot of my homies from college about like we was pretty much saying that I can't remember how we got on the topic, but pretty much the topic of the conversation is that kids don't really follow programs; they follow the coach. And I think we was talking about like Travis Hunter and like Shadir Sanders. Obviously, Shadir Sanders is Deion Sanders' son,
Right.
but we was talking about like Travis Hunter, how. Remember when Travis Hunter was committed to, I can't remember what school. I want to say
it was Florida State.
Yeah, he was committed to Florida State, and then he flipped to a school like Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
And then people was like, why is he going to Jackson State? He ain't going to get no notoriety or this and that. We'll have to pay him, blah, blah, blah. And I don't think people understand. Like, he's not following the school. Like,
Right.
he can care less about what school he at. He wanted to play for that coach.
Right.
He wanted to play for Deion Sanders.
Right.
You know what I mean? So bringing it back to high school, I think it's the same thing. I really do truly believe that kids have to be like the coach has to have a certain type of relationship with the kids in the community to get them to, one, trust them, and two, want to play for them. You know what I mean? Trust leads to wanting to do things for your coach.
Yeah.
And like I said, we was talking about with Coach Pigs at North and how he's starting to change things around there.
Yep.
Is because we know him as a person.
Right.
We know, like, knowing him as a person, I know for a fact if I was a kid in high school, I would want to play for him.
Exactly.
Like, I know for a fact I want to play for him because even if you take football out of it, like talking to him and having a conversation with him and having a genuine conversation with him, you're like, oh, this is a real cool dude. And I'm just like he could probably be a good mentor for me, just talking about life in general outside of the sport.
Yep.
I remember we was even talking about one of the players when we did the podcast with them before. I can't remember what player it was, but he was even talking about like, we had, me and him, we have conversations, many times about, life after football and everything like that. Cause he doesn't know if he wants to like try to play at the next level, but he does know he want to go to school and this and that. So we've been trying to figure that out for him and things like that. And we look at him like, oh, shit. Like, He's not even thinking about the X's and O's right now with this kid. Not only is he coaching him, but he's also trying to guide him through life.
Right.
And those are the type of coaches that you got to have running these schools, because those are the ones that's not going to help you like succeed in football, but they're going to help you succeed in life, man. I still remember the greatest coaches I've had to this day, from the Dalton Bears all the way up to playing like baseball in Dalton, playing baseball in Lansing. I remember those great coaches that I had, bro. And a lot of things that I like, things that I did in sports, I brought it with me in real life, because sports translate into real life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when the game ends, not everybody's going to be able to play at the college level. Not everybody's going to make it to the league. So that's when it comes in. That's why it's important to have those coaches that not only care for the guys that's going to make it to the league or make it to the next level, they care about the guys that's not going to either.
Yeah.
And all of those guys on the team are just as important to the team's success.
Absolutely.
Just as important. I even seen something. I'm going on a rant right
now.
No,
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I even seen something. I can't remember. I think the kid name on Morgan Park is DeAndre.
Okay, yeah.
And
defensive end.
What's Coach Ream is his name, right? Coach Ream. I see videos of Coach Ream like training him, like spending time with him, training him, and he will post like, this kid's only been playing football for 1 year. This kid's only been playing football for 2 years. To the point when I see them play Simeon, I didn't even know like how good he was playing. You would never have known that he just started playing football a few years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it took a coach like Coach Ream to develop him, but also pretty sure he had to build that trust with him too, to get him to buy in, to develop and see that potential, to say, man, you're going to be one of the dogs for us on this football team. And he is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So even something like that, like it takes those types of coaches, bro. Like, I've been around them my whole life, and I've been on good teams, I've been on bad teams, and I can clearly see the difference of a good team, and I can clearly see the difference of a bad team I've been on. I'm going to even give it another point. My bad.
No, keep
playing
going.
baseball in high school, bro. Playing baseball in high school. I was even telling Dan about it. My favorite year of playing baseball in high school was my senior year, because that was probably my favorite team that I was a part of in all of the sports that I played in high school. And the main reason is because that year, I wouldn't say we weren't bad, but we weren't the greatest team. But the one thing that we had that was undeniable, bro, we had the team chemistry like that. And the main reason when I think about why do we have so much good team chemistry, because we played with each other in Little League.
Exactly.
Because we knew each other for a long time. We even had kids play up, and we all knew each other for a very long time because we played with each other in Little League, all the way to the point that it's my senior year. And I'm like, dang, we actually enjoy hanging out with each other outside. Like, it'd be times we'd have a game on Saturday, and then we'd be like, all right, shoot, what are we doing? Like, we're going to get something to eat real quick. Like, what type of team bonding are we going to do? Are we going to hoop today or whatever? But we actually genuinely enjoy being around each other. That I'm pretty sure that that equal to more wins that we probably shouldn't have won during that season. Like, some games we probably shouldn't have won just because we were so together and we had that team camaraderie that it led to us just enjoying being around each other whether we were winning or losing. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, bro. It goes, bro, I'm telling you, like, success of a team goes so much more than just the skill that's in the locker room. What is a skillful player or a player who has so much skill or whatever if he's an asshole and can't lead his team? Right. What's a good coach or whatever if he doesn't know how to get his message across to his players, or he can't get his players to buy in to work out or be good in school, whatever? What does that mean? It means absolutely nothing until you can get kids to buy in and work together as a team. Work together as a team, because at the end of the day, this is a team sport. Nobody, not even the coach or one player or whoever, no one person can make a team be super successful. It's everybody from the weakest link to the strongest. Everybody is that super important to the success of a team. So even if you got the players that's clearly going to go to D1, that's clearly going to go to the league, that player that may not go to the league is just equally as important to the success of that team.
No, that's real.
I really truly believe that, bro.
That's real.
Yeah, I just kind of went on a rant.
No, but that's real, and that needs to be said and needs to be heard. And I think that is winning. Everything that you described, that is winning.
Yes,
like,
bro.
the end goal is not a state championship, because that's just the goal that you have set out to put you on a journey. Like, we're on this journey to go to a state championship, but that is not the end goal. The end goal is to create men, to create a team, create camaraderie. Like, all of these things are going to come from you trying to reach a state championship. And if you get it, great. But like everything else, that's not what it's about. Even if you got a dream to go to the NFL, the likelihood of you going is very slim. But that journey that you're going to put yourself on and try to get there is going to make you the man that you need to be successful outside of the game. You know what I mean? So that's what winning is about. So forget restructuring the playoffs. Let's just get it right. Let's just get the organization and the foundation of these teams right.
Get the right people in there.
Yeah, let's get these young men right. Like, that's what this is all about. And even though Morgan Park lost to Morris, and it was a heartbreaking loss, and we want to see
that was a great season.
It was a great season,
and the number one seed in 5A.
Yeah, but more so the development of the young men. Like, I see them on Instagram and how they carry themselves and the bond that they have. Like, that's more successful to me than winning the state championship, because that's gonna last forever. That's gonna last for a long time. And the men that coaching staff have created, they're gonna go out there and be great men, be great fathers, be great whatever, based off of this process that they went through for the 3-4 years that they was with them. That's winning. That's a state championship for me. I don't like. It's just extra if you can actually go win it, because it's so hard to do it. So forget trying to make it easier to do it, because you take away from that journey. You take away from how meaningful a state championship is if you try to alter it and then bring a different structure. And all right, the best teams go play in the open side and everybody else play here. Like, no, let the people go through the pain of losing. Lincoln Way East losing like that to Loyola, that's character building for those athletes. The dude that jumped outside, I'm sure he felt sick afterwards, but that's character building. He gonna go into life with that type of adversity on his chest, like, man, because of me, we lost the game. That's hard to say and it's hard to accept, but it is.
It builds character.
It builds that character. Like, all right, this will never happen again. And he might be a dog going forward. Like, I'm gonna be the most disciplined player ever. Like, you need those failures and losses in life. Like, you just need it. And if you're trying to protect these kids from those losses, you're creating weak men. And they won't be as successful. Like, let them go through the losses and pain, because in life, everybody can't win.
But it's up to the coach
on
how to teach them how to get through it. Because as a kid, they're not gonna, like, because their brains aren't fully developed, right? So they're not gonna fully understand how to accept it or how to navigate through it or how to bounce back. I'm not saying this is all kids, but some kids, you know, they don't know how to understand. They don't know how to take a loss. They don't know how to take criticism or whatever. But it's up to that coach or whoever is leading that team to not only pick them up while they're down, but to teach them, like, this is a learning lesson. It's always a silver lining in every bad thing that happens, whether it's a loss, whether it's whatever. It's always a silver lining, and it comes to that person that's going to lead them, which is the coach, who's going to eventually, like you said, built their character.
Yep.
So, like you said, that kid, whoever jumped outside, it could have been multiple kids. It maybe wasn't just one.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that's going to build character for them. And that's going to, and even if they are underclassmen, they're coming back next year, I guarantee you they're going to remember that from last year.
Yep.
And then they're going to be in that situation probably again. Maybe not in the semifinal, but I guarantee you they're going to be in a situation like that again. And they're going to learn from that and be like, nope.
Yep,
it's not happening.
And even the deeper meaning of it, when you get out in life, he won't jump off sides ever again. He'll never make that mistake. Metaphorically, it will never happen to him again. He'll always have it in his mind, not even related to sports. Like me being disciplined, I need to be a more disciplined and focused person. You know what I mean? Like that's what this could lead to. So I know a lot of y'all athletes out there probably don't understand it from this optic, but this is the mature version of what's going on. Like this is what's happening. This is what y'all need to understand. It's going to make life so much easier when you could grasp the concept of these losses and learning and adversity and winning. Like it's not that deep. You know what I mean?
Sports, man, bro, sports teaches you a lot of life lessons that you don't even understand when you're a kid. Maybe some of them do.
Yeah.
But man, like being in my, and I like when we first started this podcast, I was telling you, like when we were speaking with Caleb or whoever, I was telling you, I'm like, bro, there's so many things that I think about to this day that I learned from a coach.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I'm talking about I learned from a youth coach or I learned from a coach in high school or whatever. It's so many things that I use to this day that gets me locked in for one. Say if I'm like trying to get a certain job or whatever, or I'm trying to get like a certain thing done for work or whatever, I know to lock in. I know how to focus. I know how to pay attention to my P's and Q's and the little things that can like F something up. You know what I mean? And a lot of those techniques and things that I learned is from being under pressure in a sport, or maybe not having success in a sport, or understanding why we weren't, like not having success, but understanding why we weren't having the success.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Maybe it may have been something that I had added to a loss or whatever, or maybe it been something that somebody else did, and I understand that from being a leader, like, yo, we got to pick this together. Maybe holding other people accountable, or being able to be held accountable by other people. A lot of those things that I learned was through sports, bro. Like through sports. So, and it all comes from the great leaders that I had coaching me when I was coming up. So, man, like it's so much that sports do beyond the game for your development in life that you really gotta, like, you can't take it for granted at the end of the day. You cannot take it for granted. But at the end of the day, like I do believe it all starts with who's at the top of that chain, or who's heading that program.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So I hope athletes, see this, and coaches see this. You know what I mean? Because it needs to be said. You know what I mean? Like it just needs to be said, bro. And just real quick, while we on this topic, I know me and you talked a little bit about like how we talk a lot about sports, and like our podcast is filled with like sport related content, but I think it's also important for us to tap into the real life aspect of it, which we just did, which was great, because a lot of athletes out there need that type of guidance, because a lot of them probably don't have somebody that can guide them through life or tell them what to do. They probably got a lot on their plate. A lot of guys' season have just ended and they're seniors, and they're like, all right, what's next for me? I don't know if I don't have no offers. I don't know if I could play ball at the next level. Like, what's next for me? And I feel like just with both of our experiences in our life and our professions and what we do, I think we could kind of guide through our platform 100%. And guide you guys, into what you want to do or possibly do, and give you options and different, insights and perspectives on things, man. Because to be honest, man, it's a whole world out there, bro. Like the football season just ended, but man, the whole world is in front of you now. Like it's really just starting for you. You know what I mean?